Thank you. To the committee and for the record, I am reading this for my friend, Linda Karst-Stone. She has been a scrimshaw artist for over 27 years. I'm sorry, 37 years. This process began with a well-intentioned executive order to combat wildlife trafficking. Every one of us agrees that the illegal slaughter of these magnificent animals must be stopped. I owe my life's work to the ivory-producing animals of our planet. This American art form has been my only job. I pay my taxes. I have never needed government assistance, but I need that assistance now to stop this ban. Not all ivory is poached, and we can agree that even one is too many. This law shifts the burden of proof onto the owner and requires paperwork that does not exist for even one piece of ivory bought within the U.S. borders, only for imports after the CITES ban. This is why the changes are making ivory owners guilty until proven innocent. Billions of dollars of legal property will be made worthless and will not save even one elephant. This unconstitutional change in the laws will affect millions of small business owners, including me. I do not import ivory. Not one piece I have bought or sold was required to have any paperwork, and certainly not the paperwork that this law would require. I am not asking you to buy it, but I am asking you not to make it illegal. The killing in Africa needs to be stopped. I am not an expert on Africa or on investigating the illegal sale of ivory, but I have a friend who is, and he explained to me that the CITES international ban, voted in 1989, was originally intended as a moratorium to allow the formulation of a workable system of trading ivory, one in which the issues of ivory supply, demand, and elephant conservation were reconciled. After the ban was imposed, there was a lull in poaching in some places because big ivory manufacturing centers had stockpiled in anticipation of this ban. Plus, demand dropped considerably in the West. These two things initially led to the success of the ban. But once Asian stockpiles were depleted, those ivory manufacturers from China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and elsewhere went in search of raw ivory supply. With the ban still in place, they began to establish poaching and smuggling networks. CITES, now coming under the influence of animal welfare groups, found it politically difficult to proceed with the original intention of devising a workable system for the legal ivory trade. If such a system had come into play in the late 1990s, at least 100 tons of raw ivory a year could have been supplied without poaching even a single elephant. But CITES was forced to compromise with two one-off experimental sales, one in 1999, the other in 2008. This turned out to be disastrous for the elephants. It did not increase demand, as many assert, but it did convince the Asian ivory dealers that no legal trade system could ever occur. The bottom line result is that now several poaching smuggling networks are competing to get every last tusk out of Africa as soon as possible, before their competitors get there first. They are stockpiling and speculating that they will make a killing, excuse that pun, as ivory prices rise with the increased elephant scarcity. Trending scarcity of valued commodities attracts consumers and speculators alike. This is not a theory or a prediction, it is a fact. The speculators are banking on extinction. The successes of animal welfare groups, now joined by conservation groups to prevent the establishment of a legal, regulated, raw ivory trade system, has resulted in rampant poaching and a free-for-all scramble by criminals for these African tusks. Now these same conservation groups have convinced the U.S. government to replicate it here. My friend Dan Stiles and I would implore the ACWT not to repeat the catastrophic example of what has occurred with the CITES trade ban. Do not make criminals of thousands of Americans like me who are making their living from legal ivory. The current laws as they existed in 2013 are sufficient to protect the living elephants. Simply improve their enforcement. America does not need another prohibition experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much.